Good afternoon and welcome to Woodbridge, the best town around. My name is John McCormick. I'm the mayor of this great town, and we're here today at the Woodbridge Community Center for the annual kickoff of our Have a Heart food drive. And Have a Heart is designed after Thanksgiving, February 14th, and our challenge to businesses all over Woodbridge is to donate 214 pounds of food or $214 toward this food drive. The statistics on last year are 25,244 pounds of food and $29,189. So those are two fantastic numbers. I'm sure we can do better this year. This is a very important drive because everybody pays attention to food drives and food pantries and dinners and meals and stuff around between Thanksgiving and Christmas. Everybody's involved, and there's actually a lot of places for people to go. But then once the Christmas season ends, the holiday season ends, in January and February, there's not much activity. It's cold. It's hard getting around unless you live in Woodbridge, where the streets are down to blacktop an hour after the snow stops falling, unlike any other towns around us, which still have ice all over them. Thank you, Department of Public Works. Let's hear for DPW. And we have a lot of people here we're going to introduce. Let me just some of the people who won't be speaking. Our Recreation Director, Vito Samaluka, Paul Losick, who runs the Woodbridge Community Center for the Recreation Department, Brian Molnar, who's the Deputy Recreation Director who runs the traditional rec aspect of that, Roe Mendy, who does all the work for the Recreation Department, Casey Wagner, who does all the work in the Mayor's office, John Haggerty, our Communications Director, Beth Schreier, our photographer, and behind the camera, Emil Brandoffy, who never gets introduced, but I thought I'd do that today. So every year we started off with a big competition in Wegmans versus ShopRite. And for years this was a smackdown, get in your face competition. But the last couple of years ShopRite doesn't show up. And I got to work on that. We got to talk to the management and see what we can do. But we do have Service Manager Gus and Assistant Service Manager Chrissy from Wegmans. They've never, just saying, never missed an event, never once. It's more fun when the two guys get out and start practically coming in a fist fight, you know, trying to see who's going to raise the most food and money. But we'll have to settle for just a calm press conference today. Maybe we'll get you guys together later and stage a fight. So let me see if Chrissy can say a few words on behalf of Wegmans, who is donating all this food behind us. They don't stop with that, though. They do way more than the 214 pounds. They do way more than the $214. They're a fantastic food store in town. They're a destination food store. Just like Woodbridge Center, when you drive through the Wegmans parking lot on the weekends, you see New York plates all over the place because everybody knows how great Woodbridge Center and Wegmans are, so they come from Staten Island and New York. Everybody comes to Woodbridge because it's such a great place and because of Wegmans. So Chrissy, can you say a few words?
Sure. Hello. First, I just want to say I'm a lover, not a fighter. Also, we're really thankful to be part of the 2017 Have a Heart food drive. This year we'll be donating over 214 pounds of food as well as a $500 check, and being a part, we're doing a box drop-off for our customers to be involved as well and drop off food this year. So at Wegmans, one of our values is making a difference, so we really do enjoy making a difference in every community we serve, and we just want to say thank you for allowing us to serve you as well. Thank you.
One of our best contributors every year is also Northfield Bank, which is right outside here on the corner. I'll tell you, that's one of the best looking developments in town with the daycare center in Northfield Bank. It used to be the High Hill Garage. It used to be the worst, or maybe the second worst. The place on Route 1, the old gas station, was probably worse, but it used to be awful. And now Northfield Bank takes up the space there, and it's a fantastic company. They give to just about everything in town. We wouldn't have the Woodbridge Community Youth Players without them. Every year their foundation donates toward that. That's an expensive proposition, putting on a play. You don't make money from the gate. You have to have money in advance to buy the rights and to pay for the props and on the sets and all that stuff. So without Northfield Bank, there would not be a Woodbridge Community Youth Players, which, by the way, this year is West Side Story. They're doing it over 2 weekends in July. I don't have the dates in my head, but the 3rd and 4th weekends in July. Instead of going Wednesday to Sunday, they're doing Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I think Saturday, Sunday, something like that. Well, you'll have plenty of opportunity to see it. But let me introduce Mike Widmer from Northfield Bank and ask Mike to say a few words.
Thank you, Mayor. Well, we are happy, Northfield Bank is very happy to sponsor all of the things that we sponsor throughout the town, but we are particularly proud and honored to stand next to these fine people and sponsor this particular initiative. And Mayor, we applaud you and your staff for putting it forward. So, thank you.
Thank you, Mike. I also want to introduce Robin Lefkowitz from Northfield Bank. Do you want to say anything additional?
Sure. Thank you. Hello, everybody. So our slogan is United with the Community. We truly are united with the community. We're so pleased to be in Woodbridge Township, and we're so pleased to be a part of this organization and anything that Mayor McCormick does. He does a great job. So thank you so much, and I hope that we raise a lot of money and get a lot of food.
Thank you. We also usually have Angie Circus from Northfield, but she had to miss today's press conference, some little issue of her first grandchild being born. Something small. I'd now like to introduce Councilwoman Debbie Meehan, who, through her leadership of the Colonia Business Community Group, every year holds the Taste of Colonia, which is coming up. She'll announce it February 3rd, 6 to 9, but I just did at the Colonia Country Club. She leads that effort with the CBC, and they do a food drive there. And they're just a great, great organization that does so many great things. I'll start with Debbie, and then maybe ask some other members of the group to speak. Councilwoman?
Well, I really have nothing to say. She announced it.
Yeah, well, do it again. No.
Just like the mayor said, we're going to be holding our Taste of Colonia. It's the way of the Colonia businesses giving back to the community to help those that are hungry. It'll be held at the Colonia Country Club from 6 to 9 on February 3rd. The tickets are $35. You can reach out to me if you'd like a ticket, 732-382-0273. Tickets are limited, so we ask that you get them as soon as you can. And just like the mayor said, we forget, during the holidays we feed people, and during the year we forget that. So it's good that we keep this going and we keep our food banks stocked. So thank you.
You want to talk about CBC?
You want to talk about CBC? Sure. You talk.
I guess I'm getting the one from CBC. I'm Stan
Lewis from Little Buick, and that's Emma Yepes Ziegenbalg, who's a local chiropractor in Colonia. Thank you.
CBC does a lot in the community for Colonia. We have a lot of businesses that we do a lot of things. The Taste of Colonia is really one of the big ones that we do. We do a lot of functions at Christmas and Thanksgiving, Halloween, and we're proud to be part of it. Miller is in Woodbridge. We've been part of this community since 1955. Please come and see us. Emma.
No.
I guess that's it.
No, Emma's not too good with the mic. She'd rather stay in the background. I'd also like to introduce a couple other council people who are here. Vera Patel from the 4th Ward. You want to say anything, Vera?
Thank you, Mayor. I would like to, wish everyone belated Happy New Year to every one of you. I think I'm the first, I had this first meeting as a new council for myself, so I would like to thank Armic and the entire team and all my colleagues, But this is such a noble cause, and yes, I'll be there to, I think, support this, and we'll work together and make our community united and, sweeter than ever. Thank you.
Thank you. We also have Councilwoman Nancy Drum, former council president from the 1st Ward of Woodbridge and Seawarren. Would you like to say a few words? Yeah. Well, you got to get up here to talk.
I had someone in my ear.
No.
I'm sorry.
Thank you, Mayor. On behalf of this initiative and all of the wonderful businesses that support us, thank you very much, and we're looking forward to another successful Have a Heart food drive. I'm particularly thrilled by the fact that I am the membership director of the Chamber of Commerce, and we are putting it out there to drive our businesses to get more involved. Wegmans, Northfield Bank, Miller's, CBC, you're all part of the Chamber of Commerce. So I'm feeling a lot of love in the room and about this initiative. So thank you very much for what you do.
Okay, now the last of our members up here to speak, and he'll talk about the details of the drive, but Peter Barcelona is a saint in Woodbridge Township. He's actually pretty close to being a saint. He's a deacon in St. Anthony's of Padua over in Port Reading, and he is the guy who runs the food pantry, not runs the pantries. He's the go-to guy for everybody, the median guy who takes the food from the people who collect it and gets it through the people, to the people who need it, through all the people in this room at the various different churches, and I'll mention them in a minute, but Peter Barcelona, just the amount of time he gives, it's his own personal time, it's not work time. Sometimes he sneaks out like here from work. He works for us in the health department. That's okay if he sneaks out every now and then and does the work for the food pantries. He's got my permission. But he just is the guy who puts this all together. He's been doing it. I worked in the town in the 90s. He did it before I worked in the town in the 90s. He's the go-to guy. He's the reason people in Woodbridge go to bed with food. He's the main reason why that happens. Not taking anything away from the people in this room, but without Peter coordinating everything between the donations and the recipients, he's just a guy. Let me ask Peter to say a few words about the entire effort.
Thank you, Mayor, but without the sponsors, CBC, Wegmans, ShopRite, Northfield Bank, the newspaper, Colonia newspaper, we would not be where we are today. I mean, our food pantries in Woodbridge, we have 11 food pantries. We serve approximately 600 families per month. Last year, as the mayor said, we collected over $29,000, 26,000 pounds of food. Through the initiatives of the mayor's summer concert series and other drives throughout the year, we've probably collected about 40 tons of food in 2016. But without the volunteers that run the food pantry, like the mayor said, I'm just a middleman. I just kind of put it all together. But it's certainly a blessing to have that ability to do it. We Feed's been in existence since 1992. This food drive was started in 1995. I would say probably we collected close to 1 million pounds of food. So without the public support and the businesses' support, we are nothing. So we need your support. I can be reached at the health center. There's flyers all over. It's on the township website. Reach out to me, and if you have a donation, I'll be happy to make arrangements, have it picked up, and make sure the pantries are well fed. Thank you.
Can you just mention what happens to the cash that's donated?
Right, the cash that gets donated we divide the donations evenly amongst our 11 food pantries. Some of our food pantries belong to the Community Food Bank at Hillside, so that money allows them to go to the Community Food Bank at Hillside, which is a warehouse. They buy food at a very, very reduced rate, and some food there is also free. And so they use that money to purchase the food that's not donated, and the other pantries as well. We partner with Wegmans and ShopRite to purchase the food that doesn't come in or to purchase perishable foods.
Okay, thank you, Peter. He's one heck of a middleman. We have 11 different entities that are involved with food pantries in town. I'm going to mention them, and if they're here, I'll ask them to stand up and wave. Heaven's Helper Pantry in Woodbridge. Dolores is here. First Presbyterian Church of Island, Trinity Episcopal Church of Woodbridge, Metro Park Assembly of God in Island, First Presbyterian Church in Woodbridge, Bob Stevens here. St. James Roman Catholic Church in Woodbridge, Sister Marie and Peg Foley are here. First Presbyterian Church of Avenel, our good friend Jake. First Congregational Church Food Pantry Woodbridge, St. Cecilia Roman Catholic Church Island. Fellowship Bible Church and First Baptist Church of Seawarren. Edie Roman's here. So I always put Jake on the spot. Jake, you want to come up and say a few words? You've done it every year, and you got to keep doing it, man. You're good. And he doesn't even live in Woodbridge.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And thank you, Peter, for all that you do for all of our food pantries. If it were not for you, two guys organizing this, we would not be here. And thank you to ShopRite and the Wegmans. You guys are the best. But most of all, thank you to all the companies and all the banks and all contributing. Because sometimes we do get food. However, we do need monies. Because not all the food is good for everyone, because sometimes we do need toothpaste or something like that. So people are really looking out for us to give them more than just food. So at this time, I would just like to thank again the mayor, because if it were not for this organization and for him, we would not be having a food drive right now. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Jake. I also want to introduce and thank, they came in after I introduced everybody, Joanne and Mike from First Pres in Island. St. Cecilia's, oh, it's my alma mater. From St. Cecilia's, Joanne and Mike. So that will conclude our event. Please, if you are interested in giving, you can call anybody in the council, you can call the mayor's office, you can call the health center, you can come to the community center. There's bags, there's bins everywhere. I mentioned the concerts that comes up in the summer, but any event we have in town, we try to always make available a spot for people to bring non-perishable foods to donate toward the food bank.
Log on to the webpage.
Or log on to the webpage www.twp, short for township.woodbridge.nj.us. Okay, thank you very much.